What's going on, everybody? Welcome inside fitnessinformant.com, Fitness Informant's YouTube channel. I'm F5 founder and CEO Ryan Buckeye, and a tandem review with my boy G. VP of content. VP of content.
VP of content. Whatever title.
First ever
duo.
I mean, is this like
tag team?
Tag team review, gangbang review here. Tiered Nutrition Demand Pre-Workout, a new brand. I believe they're based maybe out of California. So if you haven't heard about this brand before, you're maybe here first on Fitness Informant. So today we're going to talk about this product. 5 categories. First, we're going to talk about the ingredient profile. Second, we're going to dive into the effectiveness. Third, mixability. Fourth, flavor, which we talked about strawberry kiwi. And then finally, we're going to talk about value of the product. So I'll start us off here on the profile. There's 2 different matrices. There's the demand performance matrix. The first ingredient is L-citrulline at 6 grams. Solid dosage of citrulline. Citrulline is going to help your body produce more nitric oxide, help improve blood flow. You really want this dose between 3 and 5 grams. So if it's a pure citrulline ingredient like it is here at 6 grams, you are dosed very well. Betaine and hydrose at a full 5 grams. Now you typically don't see it this high. We normally see that 2.5 at most, typically.
Usually.
So this is double what we typically see, which is actually a good thing if you are looking for this type of pre-workout. So that's gonna help with strength and power output along with multiple other benefits. But 5 grams is a solid dosage on that. Taurine, another ingredient that is dosed extremely high, 4 full grams of taurine. I think the most that I've seen it in a pre-workout is probably 2, maybe 2.5.
We've seen 3.
We've seen 3.
On here.
So 4 grams is the most I've ever seen. Is the most I've ever seen. Taurine is an electrolyte regulator. It can help you keep hydrated. It does a lot of good things.
Helps with blood flow as well.
Correct. And then the last one here is going to be the trademarked carnosine beta-alanine at the proper dosage of 3.2 grams. Beta-alanine, outside of just giving you the tingles, really it's more for muscular endurance, and we could get into buffering lactic acid all we want. But
that's the easy way to put it.
Correct. Let him take care of the next.
Caught that on camera. One take.
One take.
All right, so now we have the demand focus matrix. This starts off with one of my favorite ingredients here. What's my favorite ingredient, right?
Tyrosine.
Tyrosine, 1.5 grams. Tyrosine is a precursor to dopamine, the feel-good hormone. We all know it. We all love it. 1.5 grams, that's a great dose, gonna help with focus. Next up, we have alpha GPC at 300 milligrams at a 50% yield, so we're guessing there's 150 milligrams in here. It's debatable whether or not that is a clinical dose or not, or a solid dose or not. I think it's fine. We might like to see it at 600. Alpha GPC is a solid form of choline. Right. Choline is a precursor to acetylcholine in the brain. This is a high quality form. Acetylcholine, of course, is a neurotransmitter, help with focus. Next up, we have caffeine at 250 milligrams. It's like 2.5 cups of coffee. This is lower than the 300 milligrams that we're used to, or 350 milligrams.
I prefer, which I like.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. We don't really need to go into caffeine. I think we all know what that is. Then we have theanine at 100 milligrams. Theanine is going to help curb, this is going to be hit or miss with people. It's going to help curb anxiety, jitters from the caffeine. Some people like it in there, some people hate it. I'm not a big fan. You?
No, I mean, I don't mind it, but I think at 100 milligrams of theanine, you might want a little bit higher end on the caffeine. So you probably want 300 plus of caffeine if you're gonna couple that with 100 milligrams of theanine. They probably could have gotten by with 50 to 75, but I mean, in terms of the overall workout, which we'll talk about here in a second, it doesn't give you a huge impact on it. But overall, I think profile, it's stacked in certain areas. I don't really think it's...
We're forgetting one ingredient.
Oh, we're forgetting one ingredient.
Estrogen.
Oh, yeah, for absorption.
Estrogen, 50 milligrams. This is going to help with absorption. That's simple.
Very simple, but overall, a well done profile. Honestly, like they don't use any exotic stims, which is fine. They're not necessarily using any new cutting edge ingredients. What they're using here is going to be proven stuff in the market, like betaine, beta-alanine, caffeine, obviously citrulline. I think the most maybe new age ingredient would be alpha GPC.
I agree with that, and the carnosine beta-alanine, even though that's not necessarily new, that's been on for well over 10 years.
And there's great studies behind it. So
it's a solid ingredient.
Not bad. This is a 20 serve, by the way, which we will dive back into when it gets to the value. So in terms of effectiveness, I've used this a couple times. Our reviewer used it as well. Really, I'll give you my feedback first. Where you're going to see the most benefits on this product, you're going to get a fairly decent pump. You're going to have solid, steady state energy, no crash from it. But overall, it's like a well-rounded. Nothing really jumps off the page in terms of like, you're not going to be like laser focused. You're not going to be stimmed out of your mind. You're not going to have the most massive pump in the world, but you get enough of each particular ingredient to give you an overall really good experience when it comes to the pre-workout.
That's basically what our reviewer said too. It's not the strongest in any particular category. It's just an overall very well-rounded experience. Good pumps, solid focus, and good energy. Just nothing over the top, no cracked out energy, no skin splitting pumps. Is that a thing still? Laser-like focus. You're not going to get that, but you're going to get a solid, noticeable boost in each of those categories.
And don't mistake that for us saying it's a bad pre-workout.
That could be a good thing.
That's a good thing because you don't necessarily want to be overstimmed. You don't want to be cracked out. You don't. I mean, pumps are fine, but you can always couple that with a pump bar. That's why they exist. So, in terms of a safe, effective pre-workout, That's what you're gonna get with demand from Tiered Nutrition.
Good job there. Let's move on to
Mixability. So as you can see here on camera, we do it in 10 ounces of water. That's what the directions say. So we try to do this by the directions. Straight water. It's going to be cloudy, and it's going to be cloudy just because obviously we just shook it up, but there are some particles or ingredients in this that they're just not going to dissolve in water. And you can't expect every dietary supplement to dissolve fully in water, so you're going to get particles floating around. Totally fine by us. It's not gritty or grainy. You might get some particles when you drink it, but it's not clumpy. It's not, you know, some things that have, say, yeah, anything that might be a little bit more clumpy in it, like you don't get that. So it's a pretty standard mixability. Like it's not the best in the world, it's not the worst in the world, but it's not something that's going to deter you from buying and using this product.
Good job. You pretty much hit the nail on the head. Should we just move on to taste?
Flavor, strawberry kiwi is what we got here.
It's very it's kind of in the middle of refreshing and sweet. It kind of hits both. Good. I give it around an 8.5 out of 10 for flavor, around an 8, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
It's not the best, sweetest, most enjoyable one, but it's still good. You're gonna like it. It's gonna be refreshing, atomized hit. It's gonna be nice to sip on.
You get like a tartness to it. I got a little bit from it. So if you like a little, it's not necessarily sour, but you get a bite to it, which is kind of a good thing. It's not your standard fruit punch, blue raspberry that we typically get, so it is something different. It's enjoyable. It doesn't blow your socks off by any means, but it's not
it's
something
still
that
solid flavor choice.
Right.
It's different. It's nice.
It's not something you want to pour out.
It's not blue ras, and I'm relieved to see that for once.
Lastly, let's talk about value on the product. Like I mentioned earlier, it is a 20 serving, which retails for
$49.99. Coupon code Inform saves you 10% off.
10%. So I guess if you look at other 20 serve pre-workouts on the market and price point, it's priced pretty similar to some other pre-workouts that are 20 serve. I would say some of the more loaded 20 serve pre-workouts are based at 50 bucks. So this might be a little bit more expensive, but you have to remember, obviously, you're getting 4 grams of taurine, although taurine's not super expensive, but 5 grams of betaine and hydrose. Alpha GPC is probably the most expensive ingredient, maybe or that estrogen in this. So it might be a little expensive, but you have to keep in mind too, it is a small company. You gotta imagine that the runs aren't extremely high like some of these other companies. So with coupon code Inform, it's gonna knock off $5, making it 45 bucks for 20 servings. Is it worth 45? Absolutely. When you compare it to the market out there, are there other options in that price range at 20 serve? Yes, absolutely as well.
They're all gonna be loaded just like this. This is what we would consider this a loaded formula. Everything's dosed well. You know,
yeah,
it hits all facets, focus, energy, and pumps.
Yeah, and like we mentioned earlier, we don't need new state-of-the-art ingredients necessarily because they use proven ingredients at good optimal dosages. So if anyone's going to complain about it, like you're in the wrong, in my opinion. It comes down to the value is going to come down to like what you perceive works for you. If this works really well for you and you don't get cracked out, no crash, good solid pumps, then absolutely it's worth 45 bucks. Like I said, I would spend 45 bucks on this if I had to purchase my own pre-workout. But that's my opinion and my thought on this one.
I agree. This is certainly a good option, worth at least trying once if you're in the market for something that's. It's good to have a pre-workout on your shelf that's not, super strong in energy all the time. Not one that's like going to give you laser focus for every workout. That's not always necessary. You don't always need the strongest pumps, for a workout. So this is a very well-rounded one, good for any situation, worth having on your shelf.
Absolutely. If you want to find out more information on this product, you can dive deeper into our written review, the link below in the description box. As always, you can save 10% using the promo code INFORMANT. There's a link below to purchase that. Follow us on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button. That's probably listed closer to G's penis here on the actual screen itself.
Don't poke your eye out.
Check out the podcast, Be Informed, Live Fit. It's on iTunes, Spotify, here on YouTube as well. For more reviews, rankings, news, deals, workout routines, and nutrition plans, visit us on our official website, fitnessinformant.com. Let's go.